Hey runners, it is Sunday, January 29th, and it is 12:36 p.m. So good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you're watching this from. I hope you're having a great weekend or had a great weekend. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of catch up with you and let you know what I've been up to this week for running. It's a beautiful day, by the way, here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's 63 degrees, and it's been a little bit chilly in the mornings. I mean, it's winter here in Phoenix. We still get a little bit cool. Um, Yesterday was quite chilly. It was 33 degrees, but it said it felt like 29. Probably my coldest run yet for the winter here in Phoenix, because it definitely felt like it was in the 20s for sure. Um, so let's kick it off. This week I ran. Let's see, one, two, three, four. I ran 5 days this week. I'm getting ready for my 10K race, the Runner's Den Pancake Run. They have a 10K, a 5K, and then a double stack. A double stack is you do the 10K and then you do the 5K after that. So I'm doing the 10K and my wife's doing the 5K. Um, so I think overall it's been going pretty good. I haven't really had like as far as the training is concerned, my mileage has been light. This is my highest mileage so far for a week. So I've just been putting in a few miles, doing a little bit of workout, not expecting too much. I want to see what I can do on race day, of course. So I've been doing a little bit of speed work here and there. Um, so like I mentioned, I did 5 runs this week: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm looking at my workout here. Um, Monday, I ran just a little bit, like it was 2 miles that I ran. Nothing crazy, but I did that um, with a pace of 9:49. I did that like in the morning. It was like a mid morning or so. Um, just I was taking a break from work. I work from home, so I got outside for a little bit. And then on Tuesday, I did a speed work. Typically Tuesdays is my speed workout days, and I did a 4x1K at 8:15 pace. The reason why I did 8:15 pace, I was thinking, well, maybe that'll be kind of where I fall for a race day. Um, I'm not sure. I think that might be a little aggressive for where I am at now. In the past, no problem. When I've been more immersed in training, I would say, yeah, that would be a good goal. But I'm not sure. I think that would be probably on the fast end, but you never know. I did 4x1K, so that I did at 8:09, 8:10, 8:12, 8:12. And it felt like a little bit of work. The tracks aren't open when I run early in the morning, so I just run around in our neighborhood. There's a long stretch. It's almost a K. I have to round out a little bit and go an extra, maybe 100 meters or so, and it's not completely flat. So on my odd splits, um, there's a little bit of a climb, not much, but definitely not flat. But coming back on the evens, it's a little bit more of a gradual downhill to flat. So um, it took a little bit of work. I wasn't feeling my best, but I averaged looked like an 8:10 or 8:11. So I was happy. I had to work for it, so that's how I felt. Then the next run was Thursday. I did an easy run. Thursdays we've been running with. We have a neighbor who lives literally a couple of streets from us, and she's a runner as well. And so last couple of weeks we've been running together in the mornings before work. So that's been fun to do. So my wife and I and our friend just did a very easy. It was a 4 miler. So now easy for me. Let's see, what was my pace? 9:56. Yeah, usually close to 10 minutes to 10:30 is an easy run for me. So, um, I don't really have a pace when I do it easy. I just want it to feel easy, right? Um, and that was definitely a good easy run. And then on Saturdays, my favorite day of the week because it's a weekend and typically it's a little bit longer in distance. Although my distances haven't really been very long. If I'm training for a half marathon, I'll get up to like 13 miles. But I was planning on doing 7 miles, 8 miles, I should say. But I had an issue with my wife's car. I drove a couple miles down the street, and I was going to do my run. My wife was doing 10 miles that day, and so she started early. And there was some issue with the CD player in her car, like it malfunctioned and wasn't working. So the CD wouldn't come out, wouldn't eject. So I was fiddling around with it. I was looking online on YouTube, to see, how we can fix the problem if there's been issues before like this, and how do you resolve it. Anyways, it was nearly 20 minutes before I finally got it fixed, and then the CD came out. And anyways, so I came close to doing 8 miles. I did 7.6, but it was just kind of funny, frustrating as well. When there's something like, happening, like my mind, the way it works, I got to try to fix it before I move on, because it'll be top of mind by the time, the whole time I'm running. So I don't know. I don't know if any of you are like that, or do you just say, screw it, I'll do it when I get back and be done with it. So, anyways, I did the run, and I started out originally, I thought I might do like a tempo or 10K pace run for about 3 miles. I did my first mile at 8:24, and it felt like it was kind of tough. So I said, you know what? I am going to do a 3x1 mile and take about a quarter mile recovery. And that worked out fine. My second mile was 8:18, and then my third was 8:20. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, how am I feeling now? And how is this going to basically kind of pan out when I'm doing the race? Granted, when you're racing, you've got other people around you, and the effort isn't, or the pace that you normally running by yourself is easier, right? So I'm banking on that, but I don't think I'm going to be, not to be negative, I don't want to say that I won't, but I think it'd be more aggressive if I was running 8:15 for 10K. But, I'll start out a little bit more conservative, I think, and kind of see how my body feels. And then, try to negative split the race and see where I fall. But no, it was good. It was just very cold, like I mentioned. Yesterday, by the time I started, like at 6:55 or so, it was 33 degrees, but it said it felt like 29. It just felt like needles and pins in you, that very painful feeling, ice cold. And granted, it's not like minus, 10 degrees, but it was cold. I had worn the appropriate gear. I had a for the first couple of miles, I had a beanie, but I do sweat quite a bit, so I took that off. After 3 miles, I changed out my shoes because I was wearing the Endorphin Pros for the last half, which I usually wear for races, but I'm not sure if I'm going to this time. Maybe I'll do those New Balance V3s for my last video. But anyways, did the run and finished it. My wife was waiting for me, and yeah, it was a good run. Just chilly. And then yesterday, we went out for a recovery run, and I did just over 2 miles. So that put me at 21.02 miles for the week, 5 days. So, about, what's that, 4 miles a day, maybe a little bit more, tick above that. I'm happy with it. It feels good. This will be the first race since December, when I did a 5K, which seems like forever, really. So, yeah, no race in January, and and this will be the first race that I do for the year. So, knock on wood, this race goes well. I'm hopeful. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's a very fun race, very flat, pancake flat as they call it, the pancake run. But they also serve pancakes, courtesy of IHOP pancakes, with all the toppings and sausage links. So yeah, if that's your thing, I usually grab a plate after a race and enjoy it. So. Just quick, I was going to mention we will be looking at some races for the either late spring or summer, and it just all depends, kind of like what's going on, with our family and everything. We usually will see my wife's parents visit usually sometime in May because they go out and visit the grandkids. When they're out of school. So this year, both nieces and nephew, one's in Vegas and the other is in Iowa. Iowa is where my wife's parents live. Yeah, they're graduating high school, so my wife has to see what's going on with the schedule. But that being said, yeah, we're eyeing maybe a race sometime in May or June. More to come on that, but that will be exciting. I'm not sure what distance, whether it's a half or a 10K. Half I like to do, I really do. That's my marathon. So who knows? I will say there are 2 races possibly. Nothing's in stone yet. But if you live here in the States, you might be familiar with. So we're in Arizona. Both of these races would be either in California or in Utah. Both fairly close. One's driving distance, and the other we would fly. One's in May called Mountains to Beach in California. And that one is it's a fun race. I've only done the 5K. My wife did the marathon many years ago. But it looks like a pretty nice course. That's a possibility. That's at the end of May. Traditionally, it's around Memorial Weekend. However, it looks like it's a week before that weekend. That's right around when the kids may be graduating. So I don't know if that will work out. But that's one option. And the other one possibly is the Utah Valley races. They do marathon, half marathon, 10K, and a 5K. The 5K is on Friday, and then the 10K, half, and marathon is on Saturday. So that still not sure. That sounds pretty fun. We've got some options on when we could fly out because that one you would definitely have to fly. So, anyways, I like to put a 12-week training block together when I'm doing a half. So. We'll make a decision, here in the near future. But definitely, I'm looking forward to racing again. And my wife is healthy, injury-free. For those who don't know, last year in end of July, she had an issue with her back. Really locked up on her one day after a race, or I'm sorry, a 10-mile run, and it literally took until end of October or so, July, August, October, November, about 4 months when she was actually able to run again. And she just ran 10 miles yesterday and is feeling good. Doesn't have her speed completely back yet, but she's doing it smart, and she's, doing her strides and, testing it out without overdoing it. So she's got a 5K, and I'm excited to be able to watch her race because she'll be able to watch me race the 10K first, and then I'll be able to watch her race the 5K. So that will be exciting. But anyways, that's it. It's almost 15 minutes. I know it's a little bit long. Sorry for the length. But I hope you guys had a great weekend, and let me know if you did any races over the weekend, or do you have something coming up here in February or down the road, and where are you watching this from? Thanks again for watching the video. Have yourself a great coming week. Bye.